Welcome back. We're trying part 3 of the Roottrees are dead. Still kind of confusing, but I think we were making some leeway. So I'm going to do a quick recap, and then we'll go from there. I'm using a note-based system in Google Docs, so it's just easier to keep my notes in one spot. It's too hard to keep updating the note system in here. I have not found the easy way to get notes over, so I'm just going to stay where I am. So this is a fast recap. We've locked in about 15 family members, or 50 total. We won't talk to the lady who hired us again until we lock in another 3. So going from the top, we have now all 5 children. So Gwendolyn, Elias Jr., Clancy Edward, Marguerite maybe, and Miracle. So we are making progress. Now, the last piece of evidence that we had found, we figured out a little bit more about these people and their children. So Gwendolyn is Carolyn's sister, but that's why I'm not sure how that works. Mark is Carol's husband, but I don't know where these people are on the tree. Carolyn's dad is Zach, which I thought that was him. So if Zachariah Morden, so this should be Carolyn, but I just don't know how to explain that. You know what I mean? But if her dad's Zach, then that's her. And then Carolyn has 2 daughters, Stephanie and Eloise. So, and I'm not sure which Stephanie this is. Is it Stephanie Cattell or Stephanie Landon? So we're not 100% sure, but we're moving and grooving here. Now, Carolyn has a cousin named Bonnie. I don't know where she would fall on the tree. I can't figure that out at all. Gwendolyn's dad's last name was Cornwall. I don't remember where Gwen is. So she said the last name is Cornwall. I guess. We're trying. So, I mean, we're getting somewhere, but we're not. But there were 4 new pieces of evidence that I don't think we've checked out. So there was a second book. So Lauren wrote the original book. So just to go back really fast, sorry. So Lauren wrote the original book. Where did it go? We had excerpts. Okay, so Life Between Wars. And she originally published this in 1965. We got a ton of clues from this. But then she republished the book or something 10 years later. So now there's a new set of information based on this new book. So it says the new diary opens with an explosive incident that occurred in the decade between the original release and the re-release of Lauren's diary. Elias Roottree had died, and during the reading of his will, there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud: Samantha Roottree. Now this is new, because we haven't had a Samantha Roottree to date. Although Sam and her children were not meant to receive any monetary inheritance, he had stipulated they had the right to retain the farm and anything related to it. So she got no monetary inheritance. But her and her kids could run the Anderson farm, which is the wife's farm originally. It was then that the scandalous news came out. None of the 5 pieces were surprised, but it was quite a shock to everyone else, including Sam, who had been told her parents died. Sam was the illegitimate daughter of Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. Which we were getting a hint of that from a book that looked like it had been published by Patricia Christensen. So Samantha, her parents are Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. Now, we couldn't find a lot about her besides the book and the fact that the Christensens ran a steel factory that went out of business. And that's sad that Sad did not learn this information until Elias died. And the subsequent will reading. So that's actually really helpful information. So just going to pop back over to the map. So Elias Jr., See, this makes me think he's not in this spot because he had a secret child that's not connected to anyone. Because, like, he wasn't married, but she's going to be the offshoot over here. So the top secret envelope is Samantha and her children. And it says you can't open this envelope until the whole family has been filled in. So, but now we know. That's helpful. Patricia, who's the daughter of the local steel mogul, and Ally Jr. had a secret romance at 16. So Patricia knew him before he married his current wife. She became pregnant, and after the birth, her father never let her see Eli Jr. again. Her baby was sent to live with the Roottrees. Elias hid her away with a local farmhand known as EC. Now, we're not sure who EC is. So that's interesting. Because we've heard that referred to before. And that was the end of it almost. And she was sent away to marry an older man. I wonder why they weren't allowed to just get married. That's interesting. None of the next gen had ever heard of Patricia until she reappeared again, now going by Patsy. Okay. I wonder why she started going by Patsy later in life. So when her husband died, she reunited with Eli Jr. to get married in their 50s. When Patty and Eli Jr. finally married, Elias decided Sam should have been a Roottree in the first place. Although she's not part of the Clancy Trust, he wanted her to be in the family affairs. That's what led to Lauren's initial diary entry labeled Sam. So the next gen had never heard of her until she reappeared going by Patsy. We don't know who EC is, though. That's still going to be important. EC Anderson? Maybe EC Roottree? I don't know then. Let's actually check one more place. Just making sure that there was nothing with that. So that's interesting. Then over here, there's an additional pages and context from the 1975 10th year anniversary re-release, and it has a companion piece to the entry about Sam. Clearly, I did not know her true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Roottree. All my doubts were ill-founded. She was a fine woman. Had she had the chance to grow up with us, Sam might have been the sister figure Gwen never was. Ernie and the kids are happy to have her, and children always seem eager to help their family in their own ways. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. It's been a long, long time since any Roottree was actually excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As a bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother and her adopted grandfather. So Gwyneth takes after her mom's green thumb and adopted grandfather. I wonder what that means, adopted grandfather. What I'm most ashamed of is not figuring out myself. Sam has black hair and green eyes. Like her mom. And her kids do too. It's hard to explain the look on Pop's face when they read that the farm operations would be passed to Samantha Roottree for as long as she was willing. I got flashbacks to when Zach was made president. Mom reframed it a bit to calm him down. Sam wouldn't receive any candy money after all, and was essentially inheriting the rights to rule over the peasants for eternity. Pop warned us away from that farm for years. I never met EC in person, but Pop once referred to him as an eligible bachelor. So he's a confirmed bachelor. I don't know what that means. Like a bachelor for life? Like he never wanted to get married? Or so he ran the Anderson farm. Sam was raised by him. And his roommate, Mr. Miller. I'm not sure Sam will ever forgive Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her to that life. If I was her, I would never forgive them either. But even so, she seems to blame more than just the two of them. She has no problem with us next gens, but she has a palpable hatred for the Five Pieces and Elias and Gwyneth. I mean, I guess that makes sense. So, I still don't understand who EC is. It's just so confusing. Because Samantha should be on this tree, I guess, over here. So, he was married, but he has two kids. The affair kid and this one. His actual kid. So, this is Elias. This is Elias Jr. I guess the next one should be Elias the Third. I mean, that just would make sense. No, that's not an option. I'm not sure. Now, she refers to a picture, which that I was curious about. So one of these photos, Sam has jet black hair and green eyes. That's hard to tell from here. Now, with Carolyn, it's just so hard to tell. And then Bonnie is apparently in the picture. These people all look the same. Like, this is getting to be kind of crazy here. I think we figured out everyone from this picture, though. I don't know who Debbie's supposed to be. Man, it is just so unclear. There's supposed to be 4 hints from this, and it's like EC. Well, maybe look up Miller, Mr. Miller. I think it's going to be hard because we don't have a first name for him. Okay, there's additional notes. This one's about Clark. Reading this back, I got deja vu. I write this addendum. Clark has gotten married again. No Roottree has ever gotten remarried. So Clark got divorced at some point. So Clark got married a second time. So he married Danielle the first time when they were 18. So I'm assuming he divorced Danielle. Sure, I lost Jacob and Gwen divorced Wild Bill just before she had her second. Not that I can blame her for that. I've seen what he gets up to in the Scarlet, but neither one of us has ever taken a second husband. With the way the world is moving, I guess it's inevitable someone in this family would remarry. I just wish it wasn't my son. I can only wonder if Clark's apparent disrespect for marriage is due to a lack of a real father. I did what I could. And Lord knows Eli C. stepped up and helped more than I could say for Clancy or Edward. Eli C. basically raised Clark and Jim as brothers. So Eli C. helped raise Clark. Raised Clark and Jim as brothers. When we know they're not brothers, they're more like cousins. Eli's marriage seemed fine, and Jim's marriage seemed rock solid as a rock. So who knows what caused these things? Where's Eli C on the list? Now, so this is not his dad then. Elias C is Jim's dad? And he raised Jim and Clark as brothers. So we need to move him over. See, but that can't be right then. So we're saying that Clark remarries. Maybe it's not James LaRoe. Because he's in the right spot. But he's not locked in. So I don't know. Maybe I was right the first time? But why would he raise Jim like brothers? And she said that's more than Clancy and Edward ever did. So I'm not sure what that means, actually. I suspect that he's marrying Jane to keep her from running out of the band. Without her, he'd be a third wheel. And I can't imagine they last much longer as a trio. But I don't think a marriage on such a shaky foundation can last. And Lord knows I was right last time. So Edward or Clancy. I'm not sure who Edward is. But Elias C. helped raise Clark and Jim as brothers. So it makes me think Eli C. is his dad. So am I wrong? Unless there's another Eli here and I'm just missing it. But I thought Eli C. married Clara. So maybe I do have him in the right spot. Because it's Elias C. Right? Is that what we're saying? Because he's cousins. He got to know Jim's dad. And Jim's dad was a jingler or a musician. So maybe I am wrong. Because Elias C. was a professor. Or I thought he was. I don't know then. We're gonna have to look up Eli C. Roottree because we're missing where he is. Because Eli C. could be EC, which they kept referring to EC as a local farmhand. It's like, that can't all be the same person, though. Another piece of... Okay, the biggest complaint I got after publishing the diary is how similar the names are. And I get that. There are 4 Eli's for Pete's sake. That's just how it is. I would say I saw Eli in town and I wouldn't know which one I meant. My brother, my uncle, my cousin. Okay. So Lauren's brother. So Uncle Jr. is Elias Jr. And we already have him on the map. We have Miracle's Eli. And then we have Eli C. So we have 4. So Eli M must be her Eli. Is that what we're saying? Because it's not clear. If there's 4 Eli's, which let's go back and look at the tree. There's 4 Eli's in this. We have Eli C. We have Elias M. We have Elias Jr. And we have Miracles Eli. So that is confusing. So Elias Jr. is Uncle Jr. We have Miracles Eli, or Eli C. Our family name is always unusual. Grandpa Eli was a believer in using the names of each generation to honor the ones in the last one. His father and Grandma Gwyneth's father are named Edward and Clancy. Okay, I'm getting lost. Oh no. It's like, what's happening? So you can see where my pop's name came from. So his name is Clancy Edward. Okay, so Grandma Gwyneth's father. Oh, okay. The only thing that's been consistent in our family though is anytime someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. That goes for Miracle, Eli, or even Clancy. For men. But for women, they don't get that. So Gwendolyn got her name from a mixture of Gwyneth and Caroline, which is Elias's mother. Women's names tend to get all mixed up as the generations went on. I guess that's why there's no female equivalent of Junior. If you're reading my diary in confusion alone, even the governments have problems. I once received certified mail for an Edward Clancy Roottree. I had to break the news that they got my father's name backwards. And there's another companion piece. Apparently this is the first thing she could find that she ever wrote. She knows it was for a school assignment about anger, and she believes this was based on a teacher's name that must have been in the 3rd grade. She doesn't exactly remember how the event spelled out, but this is what she does remember: getting in trouble. I got angry and met a new girl who does not like me. She was dirty and did not have a pretty dress. Me and Pop walked home in town and she hugged him. When I told her he was my Pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled at her, and Pop said to be nice to her. Then she said, "Your Pop is my dad." I screamed, and she screamed it in my ear. She's lying to me, and lying's not a nice thing. So I pushed her too. Then I got in trouble. Then Pop took her away. He said, "Don't worry, I'm glad she's gone." So somebody else has her same dad? Really? I don't know. Oh, I can put him in here now. That's her husband. That wasn't really that helpful. I thought that would be more helpful. It really wasn't that helpful. So this is the steamy letters thing. So she did write about a romantic history with this. And that was writing about her secret child. I'm still not sure how we got here, though. Love is our future. Does that mean anything? I don't know. I'm not even going to open that. I think I need a hint because I'm not sure what's going on. Jim used to be in a different band when he was younger. Spider search C and J, J and D. I think we've looked them up before. Alright. Because they want me to look it up. So C and J. That's what I did. Did I do it wrong? C. Oh, it's the and symbol. I did it backwards. C and J plus J and D. But I think I've done this before. So the band C and J, J and D released a single called These Times. Someone with the username XXX Die Heart Dazzler XX scanned the cover and know that it cost them over $200 at an auction. Apparently this was Jim Root and Diamond Rue's first song together. He also mentioned it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister and was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later works. You can't find anything else about the username, the band, or the single. So all there's left to do is add the scan to your evidence. After a fast blazing 35-minute download, not fast blazing 35 minutes. The track is also available. That's not fast. Okay, these Times is an old single from folk group C&J&D. You have a scan of the album as well as the recording of the title track thanks to a collector of the memorabilia. The website that also listed the song's credit as music and lyrics by Clark Rafferty and Jim Roottree, backup vocals by the LaRose. On the sticker it says folk style songwriting catchy, MMM magazine. The lyrics contain no clues. Well, I don't know if that's true. Now, I don't know who is who. Which one's Jane and which one... I'm assuming the blonde is somebody, the brown is somebody, and then this and this. Life is life and love shall be, me for you and you for me. Someday will come, although this tree will be the last of what was we. With passing years, all paths diverge, rivers rambling onward surge. One source behind old memories, but find their ways to different seas. Someday these times will all be over. Dew dries on morning clover, so take my hand beneath the tree and carve your name with me. These times are ours for free. We'll tell ourselves these stories older, dwell on warmth, ignore the colder. Okay, so this has nothing to do with anything. Going back to the albums, so that kind of looks like him, I guess. We know this is Diamond because she's the blonde. Do we have Jim now? Where is Jim on this calendar, by the way? Oh, Clark. Do we have Clark? We don't know what he looks like. I can't tell. And then we think this is Jane LaRoe, but not 100% sure. I still am a little lost. There's a tangent in James Roottrees. Okay. Sorry I need so many hints, but I'm like, where am I on this map? Okay. James Roottree is the singer in the duo. Although he writes the majority of the songs, we've done this before. I mean, we can look up Diamond Dazzlers and see if that brings us anywhere. Diamond's Dazzlers could be something worth searching. I thought we searched Cherry Tree before, Sound of Laughter. Rollin' on down to the city. But some of this I feel like we've searched before though. Now with MMM, Diamonds, Dazzlers. I thought we checked Cherry Tree. Maybe it needs quotes. Nope, it doesn't need quotes. I think we reached that before. They had a cutesy band going. He started Raffer Tunes. So Jim said that his dad started making old ads. Can we find that? Raffer Tunes? No. So I don't know. I don't know where to find Raffer Tunes. mean, we could try this. Starlet. C and J plus J and D. Okay. I don't know. These are so old that it's like... Diamonds, Dazzlers. Okay, so we got something new from that. Diamonds Dazzlers is the name of the official fan club for Jim and Diamond. You find a forum post called Cool Things You Got in the Mail on a random forum about video games. One reply mentions that Jim and Diamond still send out a Christmas card to Diamonds Dazzlers. It's accompanied by some pictures as well as some history about the fan club. Apparently, even though it's still not available to join, Jim and Diamond still honor it personally. There's a fierce debate on whether this is cool or pathetic. One of the pictures of the Christmas cards over the years, and it's relevant, a 1996 card including Jim and Diamond's young son, Wolf, as well as his daughter's band, the Flues. Not sure how to pronounce that. So Wolf is the son of Jim and Diamond. I guess it's Wolf's daughter. Wolf's daughter has a band. It's either Wolf's daughter or Jim's daughter. Do they have two kids? Called the Flutes. Flueses? I'm not sure how to say that, but we're going to actually look that up in a second. Okay, going back to evidence, what was new? So that's Wolf. And he should be somewhere on this tree. So under, maybe they have two kids. So one is Candy and one is Wolf. Wolf, where is he? Is he on here? Okay, I'm just going to type it because I don't even know where he's at. Okay, so we have Wolf, and he's, I don't know what his occupation is, but we got a picture of him, and then we have Candy, and she's in a band, so she's also a musician. I just need a picture of Candy, and then we can fill her in. So let's type in it's D, F. There we go. The Fleas, I guess, are an all-female punk band operating out of New York. They mentioned in passing on an online review from earlier this year. Apparently, they were the opening act for the band the reviewer came to actually see. The reviewer writes that she normally doesn't review opening acts, but this one was unusual, not because of the music, which she described as loud, fast, and repetitive, but not in a good way. The trio was extremely cagey about their identities. The rumor asked the venue who they were, and she was told they were rumored to be children of other famous musicians, and did not want that to be the reason why they became popular. The reviewer also mentioned for an underground and unknown band with absolutely no following, their equipment was all extremely expensive, and not only were they selling CDs, but they cost $1. They're probably losing a fortune. The reviewer said although she bought a copy, she'd be unlikely to listen to any of it again except for Beef Baby, the 7th track. There's no picture of the Flues performing live, but the cover of the CD they're selling, Conquistador, has been added to your evidence. So they're unpopular, unknown, won't share their identity. Made a CD called Conquistadors? Conquistador. And a song, track 7, called Beef Baby. Well, let's see what that looks like. See, that's Candy. So it says that Candy's the guitar and the vocals, Nikki is the bass, and Nina is the drums. But I'm not sure if Nikki and Nina are relevant. But Candy is guitar and vocals. Maybe she does this with her cousin. Let's add her to the map, and then that might help us. So we have a picture of Candy. There we go. Now, she said her cousins, Nina and Nikki. Now, we know that they believe in alliteration down here. Because remember, she's named her kids R.R. Robert, Roottrees. So Nina and Nikki. What are their last names? Do we have a Nina? Do we have a Nikki? Now, we do have a Nicole. But no Nina. Unless that's a nickname for something. But I don't know. But if she's in a band with cousins, they would have to be people who are at the bottom of the tree. Because that's the only place they could fit if they were cousins. We're going to type this into maybe Teen Blast. And do the flues. Okay, what about Candy Roottree? That's an old magazine. I don't know if they'd even be in there. Yeah, I don't think so. No, I don't know. We have Nina, but I don't think we don't have a name for Nina. Oh, let me look up their group. Let's try Conquistador. Maybe that will be in Teen Blast. Maybe we'll just do a regular search. Okay. Beef Baby. Is that something that could be relevant? Beef Baby is a song by the Flues. You can't actually find anything else about it, but with that name, it's kind of hard not to speculate on the subject matter, isn't it? Could it be a euphemism? Is it about a newborn cow? Maybe the Fuses are holding a grudge against a toddler. It certainly piques your resources, and only a time or resource to look into it further. Let's try the periodicals. Beef Baby. I don't think it's going to be Starlet. Man. I don't understand. Beef Baby. I don't know where else I would find information about it. Because, like, oh, if you have the resources, it's like... It can't be a book. That's why I felt like they should be in Teen Blast, because it's 96 and this is like a little teen thing. I don't know what to make of Beef Baby. Am I missing anything else? Ernie Jr., who was president. So Ernest Jr., where is he on the tree somewhere? That's another issue, is that not everyone's on the tree. I can't figure out who I'm missing. But at least we figured out his situation. I don't know what to do with Wolf Roottree. Could he be in here? It's so random. I don't know what to make of that. Beef Baby is important, but not sure why. Not sure why. WRTD. Didn't I already do that? Yeah, we looked that up before. Unless there's something else about it. WRTD. That I'm just missing. I'm missing anything there. Someone thinks there's a curse. look into it. Roottrees curse. Oh God. There's a very rambly conspiracy website with a very small, very red text on the black background that says that the Rootrees are cursed. It's been very recently updated with the following important update with now Carl and Brenda and their girls. That makes 5 deaths. Not only that, but 3 of the 5 presidents of the Roottree company mysteriously died. They said Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in 1982, but no one was ever arrested. Then Ernie Madsen Jr. So we have Ernie Madsen Jr. stepped down. But was he poisoned? And just this week, Carl died in a plane crash. This cannot be a coincidence. There's another entry that says if you connect the dots in the patterns on the 5 pieces wrapper, it creates the Mayan ruby skull. We know Ernie Madsen Jr. wasn't poisoned. I think he was sick. He was the one that was on the donor list. Maybe? Not sure there. That's worth looking up. Mayan ruby skull. Maybe. Before that, there is a site that talks about how the Earth has 4 corners, simultaneously 4-day time cubes. Not sure what that means. An email from a few months ago claims that the owner of the site received an email from Chris Raff75 at prodigy.us asking to take down his site with fake proof that Ernie Madsen Jr. actually had a heart condition and was not poisoned. We figured that. He was the one on the donor list. So Ernie Madsen Jr. had a heart condition. He's the one that was married to Debbie and had a daughter. Not poisoned. This is so weird. The first entry is from 1996 and has a blurry picture on the Roottree Candy Company factory, seemingly taken by the website's author from behind a fence and through some trees. Operation RT-29 is real. I witnessed a helicopter land on February 29, 1996. Helicopter lands 2/29/1996. That was a leap year. Website footer says all images and ideas by Thomas Overwood. Thomas Overwood. So we have a lot of information here that I guess we can just start wherever and see what we get here. Is there anything else on the Roottree curse besides that? No. Okay, well that wasn't super helpful. Mayan ruby skull. You find a few conspiracy websites that claim a Mayan ruby skull is a symbol of death. Okay. The alleged proof is a blurry picture of a reddish shape that's supposed to be a cave in South Africa or South America. According to legend, discovered beneath the painting are bones of hundreds of different people from different people and animals. One site mentioned that the photographer who took the picture died when their boat capsized after crashing into a skull-shaped rock. Among the spinning skull gifts, you can't find any other sources or verifiable details. So that sounds like a dead end. Let's see Operation RT-29. You find more conspiracy sites. Some people out there claim that the Rootrees are changing the candy recipe to include more and more chemicals, and this is done in cooperation with bad actors from an unknown government. They claim that doing a loophole in the calendar is possible to get away with almost any crime on a leap day, so long as it isn't discovered until the day is over, and that every 4 years, on a leap year, the Roottree company hosts a meeting with foreign agents to conspire to poison our children. The proof is that the Roottree candies contain polyglycerol polyrenolate. I don't know what that is. An ingredient of the candy that wasn't there when it was first released. It claims it was added in an attempt to addict people and eventually induce mind control. The website claims to sell pills to counteract the effect for children who have already eaten the candy in the past. You do an additional search on the ingredient, and it seems to be an emulsifier in chocolates approved by the FDA and widely used by many products. Doesn't sound like a crime then. It sounds very, on the up and up. It's just about chemicals added to candy. They add chemicals to candy all the time. But it's a false lead. So the skull has nothing to do with anything. Operation this doesn't have it. Thomas Overwood must be important because he's come up. Thomas Overwood seems to have a few different sites about mysterious deaths and curses. In addition to the Roottree curse website, you also find one about the truth behind Spirit Cola, which claims the spirit really stands for Satan's plague and returning in 2000, and at the year 2000, anyone who has drunk Spirit Cola will die. People were really upset about the year turning, like the change of the millennium. People thought that the earth was going to stop, the computers were going to stop. Like, people were really freaking out, like nothing happened. Another website is Stock Markets and the Devil's Numbers, which claims if you multiply any stock price by 666 and also multiply the current year by the same stock's price, and then add those two numbers together and divide the entire total by the stock price and finally subtract the current year, you always end up with 666. I don't think that has anything to do with the Roottrees either. So I'm getting like further and further away. All right, Chris Rafferty. He seems important because his Christopher Rafferty, maybe he has a full name. Never mind. Okay. Chris Raff 75 at Prodigy 2e's.us. There we go. I mean, I don't know what's going on here, but the email address is the first thing that links to somebody. Because, man, everything else was like a dead end. So he has a website with the same email address. A bunch of gifts that say under construction. There are a few pieces of art. One is a painting captioned "Me and my fiance Lulu." He's an artist. Post of gifts and art. One picture of Chris and his fiance Lulu. A painting I did our first year of college that I plan to give her when we get married. Go Tartans. So did he go to college? I wonder what college he went to. It's an odd collage called Cousins. It seems to be made up of 3 scrambled images. The accompanying artist statement said we had to make a piece of art about our family. I asked as many of my extended family of cousins for their pictures as I could, even some I never met. Only a few got back to me, and my teacher said I wasn't allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose, so I had to get creative and only use third cousins. So he has a collage of third cousins that he made in college. And this collage has Davy, who swims for UConn. You have Bethany, who's Davy's younger sister. And Stephanie, who's an only child. Now, the third cousin thing throws me off a little bit. Let's go back. See if I can find what's new. So this is Chris and his fiance Lulu. And he's a Rafferty. So, I mean, that should give us a place to start. It doesn't say if Chris and Lulu have... Because this could be his son. 75 is not that young. So if we're saying his name is Chris... Oh, Lord, we're going to have to type it because I don't even know where he is. Chris Rafferty, he's an artist. And then he marries Lulu. Oh, that must not be her real name. Yeah, that can't be her real name because she's not coming up. Maybe he's not married yet. And maybe he didn't have this with Jane. Maybe that's the issue. Because it said he's not married yet. We have a new thing called... Oh, we have to... I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here. I'm like absolutely terrible at whatever this is supposed to be. That's getting better. That looks... I don't know. This should really be a shoulder. We should have some hair in here. That doesn't look right. That looks okay. Should be some hair in here. Okay, so that all looks good. Is this the only one that's wrong? Oh. Okay, so this is Bethany. Dichotomy. So cousin zoomed is dichotomy. I'm not sure though. Man, I feel like I'm getting further and further away from understanding what's going on. Let's go back to this. Oh, that was actually fine the way it was. Oh my god, with this spinning, bro. I can't. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Okay, so Bethany is probably the one that's in middle school. Oh no. I don't know. Some of these puzzles are like challenging. I'm assuming that this is... So she's the middle school photo. And then he's the one that swims, so he's the only one. And then Stephanie's the blonde high school photo. I don't know where they fall on the tree. So that's the only thing. It's like, cool story. We got an only child, but there are a couple of only children on this list. Davy and Bethany do belong somewhere, but I don't know where they would even be. Because he said they were cousins. And I have no idea where they would fall. But let's go ahead and fix this one, I guess. I'm just not even sure. think this is in the wrong spot. I'm not sure how to do this. Something needs to be in the middle here. Oh, it's like hard to move these individual pieces. That makes a little more sense. Yeah, can we skip it? Thank you so much. Because, like, bro, this is taking way too long. So we got a redhead in here. So whose child is this? She don't even look like the brother. I don't even know. So Clark was in the department store. So this is Clark? Wait a minute. That can't be Clark. We're saying that this is Clark? And then he had 2 other kids? Katrina. It says Katrina. Wait a minute. So Clark was in the department store trying to get his wife and children the Roottree Super Bowl ad. Let's search that. Oh no, that didn't come up. Can we try? Okay, never mind. But that's Clark again. Did I miss something on Raffertunes? Because I feel like I'm missing something. But I know it has to come off of this branch because these are the only people with the last name Rafferty. And he has 2 daughters. He has Katrina and he has someone else. Who else has that same last name? Maybe Jessica? They both look like they're still in school. Katrina's the youngest. Oh, I'm so glad that worked out because my God, I was like confused. Okay, so we locked Candy. Oh, we finally finished that original tree. We finished a lot of pictures too. That's good. Is somebody calling me? Oh yeah, they definitely are.
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it.
You definitely stole it, ma'am, because they said it on the radio.
But I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed.
I guess. Who are you?
I'm a Roottrie.
Duh, but which one? There's 50 million of you.
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of.
Right, which is finishing this family tree.
If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more. In person. I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
Homegirl is not playing out here. Well, hold on, let me put this picture of Jessica in there. While we're at it, so he marries someone else. Another LaRoe? Because the last name is hyphenated. You know what I mean? So he married Danielle, divorced her. Married Jane, divorced her. They didn't lock him in. So something about him is off. Unless he's just a college student. I couldn't figure out who Lulu was, but I don't know who he married to have these two. That's where we're stuck. Because it's like, I don't know what his occupation is other than maybe he's just a kid. Oh, okay. So he's just a kid. So these people, not all these people have real occupations. Some of them are just kids. Okay, so he is a college student, kid. Okay. So the new generations don't really have jobs. Now, I couldn't find Lulu. Man, and that's driving me nuts because we know this is her. And they called her Lulu. But her name can't be Lulu. Because it doesn't pop up unless it's short for something. Like Louisa Garcia or something. Like Lulu, Louisa. We're going to let that be a guess because I'm not 100% sure. That's my best guess right now, though. I don't know who their mother is. We have a picture for her, though. Where is her picture? Where are you? Hello? I thought I had a picture of her. Oh, I didn't grab one. That would be helpful. Once we have a name, she's going to slot in there just great. But he got married 3 times. Like, my guy was not playing out here. Now, he didn't lock in, which makes me think I have the wrong picture of him. Because he should have locked in. You know what I mean? How come he didn't lock in? I don't know. So we pretty much have the bottom line finished. I can't figure out who the cousins are. So if he did the collage and he says he has Davy, Bethany, and Stephanie, where do they fit in here? Because I don't even have anyone. This whole side is like not doing too hot over here. So still getting stuck on that. But I think it's going to take working through some of these older pictures to know where we are. Evidence-wise, because I'm still missing something. Like these times, it's still telling me I'm missing something from here. But I have the LaRose. That's why I'm not sure. But I think we put Jane on there. Lucky LaRose. I think I don't know. I mean, maybe we just assume they're college students? Because, I mean, she didn't say they had jobs. So, I don't know. Revisiting the diary provides enough information. One person was a lot of controversy. Samantha Roottree. We got that. There's only one woman in the new generation that fits that description. But we did know that. That's why it doesn't make sense. Because when you look at the evidence, the new generation is this one? No, those are the 5 pieces. Those are free space. Okay, so the next generation, they said that she had green hair, or black hair and green eyes. So this is her. cool. That was super helpful, I guess. But not really. They haven't locked him in for me, even though I think I'm right. Is he the third president? Who was the second president? I don't know. We have pictures of a ton of people, but they're not really tied to anything. The first generation, the farmer, right, I get that. Sam is a farmer. She's the far right of the next gen picture. But that we already knew. So I don't know. I don't know who these other people are. So that says that the four of us stand together. So we're saying that she's Lauren. So Lauren and her four brothers stood together in the picture. But I don't know these people's names. So 1, 2, 3. Right? But like, I don't know their names. So that doesn't help us at all. And then when we get to this, it's like Steve Wilson. I don't even know where he falls on here. Gwendolyn is married to him. Do we have her anywhere? I mean, we don't really have her on the tree anywhere. And then Ernest Jr. is the fourth president with Debbie and his daughter, but I don't know. This whole side of the tree is missing, and I think that's part of the problem. I think one of these kids is Jason. I don't know why I think that, though. But I feel like it's Jason Wilson. I just don't know how she fits on here. And I could be totally wrong. Because when did Madsen become a family line? We have Morden, but it's just so hard to tell. I need these people's pictures, but I don't even know. And then the newest gen, it's like there's no way to tell. So in this picture, there's supposed to be Bonnie, Guy Hudson, Ernie, Caroline, Gwyneth M, Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Now we see Eli, but is he Eli M? I guess he is Eli M, which we don't know which Eli that is. So it's like, I don't know. And then November. And it's like, I don't know. There's something I'm missing with that. Because if I could identify some of these people, that would probably help a lot. Yeah, so for Debbie and Nicole. But again, I'm just not confident. We have a lot of people, but they don't... If they're Chris's cousin, they would also be pretty low on the line, I think. It's not going to give me a new hint, huh? I can't unlock those until the whole tree has been filled in. So I guess it's trying to tell me I have all that I need. It's like, I don't think that I do. Yeah, there's something I'm missing. I need to know who Gwendolyn is. Let's see, pediatrician to the stars. Does that help? Oh, he doesn't have a practice. He operates out of Warrendale. Maybe we can search him. Yeah, that doesn't help. I don't know. I'm missing something with the James Roottree. Or the Raffertoons. It's just not clear who he married. It's like Clark Rafferty LaRoe. But we know that. That's why it's so confusing, because it's like father was Cornwall. They believe in alliteration, but it's still not clear. Maybe I'm missing something else. Tar Tans, is that the school? Oh, it's a mascot for Carnegie Mellon University. Okay. Okay, when you search for Yukon, you find out this University of Connecticut. And Davy Kellogg the Fourth. So we have Davy Kellogg Fourth. Was on the swim team, the Huskies. Okay, why don't we do Davy Kellogg? Wow, that was super helpful. Is there another way to search him? Davy Kellogg. Okay. Not sure then, because he's on here, but we have a David Kellogg the Third and a David Kellogg the Fourth, but I don't know where they fall on the map. But that was a new lead, at least. And then what about Ernest Madsen or Ernie Madsen? Because that's why I know I'm missing someone. Because it's like, how am I missing these people? Right, so I've read this before, that he was handling it and he died. Ernest was originally going to succeed Zach, but then he was passed over. He lives here, so it's surprising that there's nothing about him. Because it's like, really? Then we have Carolyn Morden. She's on. I put her on here. And then we said that she had Stephanie. But that can't be accurate, because we have Angelica Morden on this side, then Carolyn Morden can't be over here. Because Angelica is her mom. Maybe? So Carolyn Morden is Stephanie Jones's mom. And she has 2 kids. Stephanie Jones and Eloise. Are we missing something on Stephanie Jones, maybe? She has to be in their local paper because she was born Stephanie Landon. Stephanie Jones. She's married to Brian Landon. She's married to Brian Jones. And she's lived in Butler her whole life. So it's like Brian Jones should come up. Stephanie Landon might come up. She had no father in the home. So let's try. And then Brian Jones. Right, because they're the ones that own this print company. Jones Graphic and Print. But we knew that. There must be something I'm missing. So we're going to search some of these other things. Like Butler County School District. Butler County School District. And then Butler Summer Theater. Butler Summer. And then Children of Eden. Because I feel like I have to be missing something. There's something I've read through that I haven't made enough moves on. Or something. Because it's... Okay, so that didn't come up with anything. Butler Summer Theater. Is that better? Makes plays and musicals during the summer. It's not summer currently. It says thank you for the 1998 season. Wait for 1999. They list the cast of the musical. None of them seem relevant. Oh. We looked up them, but choreography by November Studios. Okay, that might be useful. Let's see Children of Eden. Is that something? Children of Eden is a musical. Whoever was performing it. I did search them. Okay. I don't know. Let's do November Studios. It's a local dance school. Maybe they'll be more helpful here because it was not helpful. I'm gonna type in school district. Butler Summer Theater. Okay. They've been around for 30 years. No, that's not what I was looking for. Let's see Children of Eden. Oh, nope, that wasn't helpful. November Studios. Instead of November Studios, maybe they should call this place No Mention Studios because you didn't find any information of it anywhere. Nice thought, though. To the business. Teen Blast. I don't know. That's weird. Choreography by November Studios. I thought there was something there. That's so weird. 'Cause they made it seem like there was something there. That's why I was thinking there was something there. Is she a Roottree? I like how it tells me to put the T only for me to be like, no. Okay, well, I don't know then. Yeah, she's definitely November Roottree. But she's not coming up that way. So she just doesn't exist. Okay. I don't know then. Yeah, we got all this though. I don't know where November would be on here. Because most of these people are kids now. Maybe I need to explore the branches I haven't explored yet. Like Miracle Roottree again. Because it's like, not sure how we got here. And his son goes by Miracle Jr. Miracle Jr. It still only tells me about the second one. Doesn't tell me about his brother. It's like I'm missing something with that. Yeah, it keeps giving me this. Yeah, it's not gonna give me anything else. Could it be in anything else? I doubt it. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm missing some of these trees, and I think that's messing me up. But it swears I still have clues left. Is there any other Watchman of the Year? I'm missing Roots, the clothing company. I don't know. What about Watchman of the Year? Every 10 years they publish the full list again. We only have 2. Okay, but we knew that. Let's try... Teen Blast? Okay, so no, I don't think that's... So Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr. So he's on the same line. Because what are the last names for... we have Ernest Madsen, but when does somebody marry a Madsen? Madsen doesn't come up anywhere in this line. Who did Laura Carlson marry? Because somebody in the family was a professor, right? I don't know. I need to figure out where Laura Carson fits in here. Laura Carlson. Because she married somebody. No, she doesn't pop up for anybody. Somebody was a professor. And I'm missing out. Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. They all seem to pursue the path of knowledge. So her dad said Edward was going to take over his department once he retired. Sister has twins. I just don't understand. His brothers all pursued education. Makes it seem like Edward is one of the kids. Maybe. I don't know though. It's really strange. And the duck is not giving me no new clues. Duck said we're out. So Zach got it, even though his surname doesn't match. But he's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5Ps. And Zach's definitely the chunky one. Which is where we had him. Maybe I have her in the wrong spot. Angelica's older than him, so maybe she's supposed to be first. So maybe Zach is on this side. Married to Lansing. And he was the second or third president. I want to say he was the second, though. That's why it won't lock it in for me. And then this would be Angelica, or Angie Morden. I don't know who she's married to, though. Angie's older than Zach, and I'm the oldest of all of us, but he just left. He had architects, preachers, and lawyers. Who was the architect? Oh, that one was the architect. So Sam, okay. Granny had sisters, Trent Pratt, Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, we still know who John is. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. I don't know. Her book is a big deal because there's so many sections to it, so many parts of it. I don't know who this is. Oh, this is Caroline. She belongs on the tree somewhere. I just can't even imagine where Caroline belongs. Caroline has a sister named Gwendolyn and a cousin named Bonnie. I just don't know where that would fall. Is Angelica her mom? No. Caroline would have to be... She's an artist. Not sure who her spouse is, but they split up. And then she has... how many kids? She has 2. That's why I thought she was on this side. Because she has 2 kids, Caroline, and then she has her 2 daughters. Which is why I felt like Caroline had to be on this side. As an artist. She marries somebody, but it's Eloise and then it's Stephanie. Jones. Oh, we don't have a Stephanie Jones. Stephanie Landon? Yeah. And she is a politician. She marries somebody and has 2 kids. And she has a cousin named Bonnie. Hudson. So Bonnie marries a Hudson? That's what's so confusing. We have a picture of Stephanie, don't we? From the flyer. But she's with somebody. She's married to Brian Jones. I don't know where he would fit on the map. But she dedicates her book to Eloise and Stephanie. Carolyn Morden's dad is Zach. So it still has to be him over here. Right, because Zach's her dad. Carolyn's husband name is Mark Landon, which would make sense because then he has Stephanie Landon and Eloise something. We don't know what Eloise's last name is. Right? I think she's in the wrong spot. Because if Zach's her dad, Zach had another kid. Right? Guy Hudson and his wife, but they have no children. So their tree cuts off somewhere. It's a tree with a dead end. I just don't know where that is. Because everyone has kids on this one. Now, Roottree Motors has a Wilson somewhere in here. So Zach Morden is the son of James and Gwendolyn. He's married to Clara. Inherited the company in 59. Am I missing Jack Tessa Green? I still feel like I'm missing someone. So who's Eloise? Because that almost seems like Brian Jones. Oh, that's not who that is. I don't know. I feel like she needs to be over here. But she can't be? I don't know. I'm like super confused. And I think it's because I'm missing people somewhere. Yeah, I'm missing people somewhere because it shouldn't be. Okay, let's go back to the computer because something I'm missing. A piece of evidence I've touched. I've obviously not gotten everything off of it. Okay, so going back to the original evidence, because this is one of the first things we've gotten. We have a lot of stuff going on here. These are things that are easily searchable. So let's try again with just things that we had originally. So they had 5 pieces, right? That's where we were. Now, at some point they added another piece, right? Okay. So 6 pieces is something that exists when they rebranded, and it's a book by Sam Madsen. We're gonna look it up because we haven't looked up stuff in forever. We don't have enough books. Maybe that's part of the problem, is we're not getting juicier pieces of evidence. Oh, there's no information. Okay. That's weird. Can we try 6 pieces in here? No. Sam Madsen. No. Okay. So never mind. He doesn't exist anywhere. No information. Okay. Why don't we try... I don't know. I mean, we know about that. Something we're missing with him. About Raffertunes or something, because he's a big part of our evidence. Because we looked up all these people and they definitely came up. For sure. I don't know. That seems like a dead end. I don't know. There's a book called Family Time by Bess Williams. I just don't know. I think I'm missing something. Because this all comes back to the dad. Right? Okay. I don't know. She died. I don't know. That's not helping. Outside of Miami. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something with A Life Between Wars. Oh, nope. It's her last name, Lauren. I don't know. I'm like stuck. I wish the clue would give me something new. I haven't finished the family to get that to that point. So I can't post. It won't let me address the hidden affair child until I've finish the rest of the map. So I can't go forward. which kind of sucks because I don't know where to go from here. Because I mean, we have all the evidence that I think we're gonna have at this point, so I can't imagine there's anything else left to unlock. Unless I'm missing something. Like the Roottrees versus RR. We never figured out who RR was. That was a long time ago though. Someone was born out of wedlock and they committed a significant crime against someone else. I just can't think of anyone else. Unless I'm missing something. Lauren was pretty notable and she was a big deal. For sure. That's why I'm just not feeling super confident, because it's like the people who are missing, who I don't have their line filled in. We know he has 3 generations of preachers. We have his picture. We have Carl's picture. That's what doesn't make any sense. You know, we finally figured out this guy, because oh my god, I was stuck on him for forever. And it wasn't making sense. Let me try one other thing. So when we were researching all those conspiracy theories, there was something called Spirit Cola, and I didn't follow it through, but maybe that was an issue. No, because it said there's nothing to do with the Roottrees. Never mind, because I'm like, am I losing my mind here? Okay, so that's not anything. Okay, so we're gonna try to finish. I need to finish one line all the way through. I think that would help. I'm missing somebody. So he was married 3 times. We know he married Danielle. We know he married Jane. But we're missing someone. He got married a 3rd time. Now, the author of the magazine about music, Peter Jankowitz, maybe he has something to do with this? Because I'm not understanding the connection. Okay, we're gonna try Jim Roottree again, because I feel like he's super important. And then they broke up because he cheated. He walked in on Clark in the bed with her other sister, which has to be Kim. We couldn't find another sister. The 3 LaRose sisters, we had Kim, we had Jane, and we had Diamond. So this has to be Kim, because if not, I don't know who this is in this spot here. And I mean, the picture of her is older, but that's who that has to be. That's kind of messy though, for you to have kids with 2 sisters, but hey, that's on him. You know, I wouldn't do it, but you know, he's a different breed. Okay, so we're missing something here. So we say in Lauren's diary, we know the girls are school age. Okay. So in Lauren's diary, in the revised diary, maybe there's something we're missing. She has a page called Sam. Now we know we can't put Sam on the thing because it's covered under the top secret envelope. But there was a lot about Sam's lineage. It says that Sam is a Roottree and that she has a green thumb of her mother. Somewhere it said that, right? Am I lying? Where did it say that? Sam would have been a sister figure. She has the green thumb of her mother and of her adopted grandfather. So we know she's a farmer. They also mentioned in the next generation that she has black hair and green eyes, which we pretty much figured who that is. Where was her picture? There's so many pictures now. It's like, where is she? So that's her. And so her name is Samantha. And she's a farmer. Unless they do want me to put this here and there's something else we still haven't discovered about her. So she's... Well, he wasn't married to Patricia, right? They were just secret high school people. Did he marry Patricia? I mean, he married her later, but he didn't marry her right away. I guess they're counting that as... I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure. They did get married in their 50s, but they weren't married at the time that they had Samantha. So maybe I'm missing something with Samantha. Right? So we know Samantha's a farmer. Now for the 5 pieces, we're done. We did all 5 of the 5 pieces, but we did not do all of the new gen. Right? So that's part of the issue. So from what we know, we have the oldest, which was Gwendolyn. She was just a housewife. We have Elias Jr., the architect who built the new factory when they start upgrading and expanding. We have the lawyer, another housewife, and then the preacher. So, I mean, that kind of makes sense. On her branch, we don't know nothing. And that's what doesn't work. So we know she married James Morden. So she had to have had 2 kids that were Morden. That's the only way that this works. So she either had Angelica Morden, Caroline Morden, or Gwendolyn Morden. I feel like the second one has to be Gwendolyn because Caroline is down the line. And she would be Morden still because her dad's last name is Morden. If Gwendolyn has a child, their last name won't be Morden because it'll be whatever the dad's last name is, right? That makes sense. So we know she had, which is very confusing, she names her child exactly after her because they don't do juniors in their family. We read that somewhere, that the women don't get to be juniors. There's no female equivalent of junior. So Gwendolyn Morden is the same as Gwendolyn Roottree because they don't do juniors. Fine. So we know Zach, he's the second president. He marries Clara Lansing. Zach had an older sister. It's just so confusing. Because it's like, I don't know if Zach should be... I guess he should be on this side. Because they said in the original diary entries that Angie was older. Right? Dynasty. Yeah, Angie's older than Zach. So she has to be first. And I think Angie... Do we have a picture of her? We don't. But we're still going to move him anyways. So this is Zach and this is Angie. So Gwendolyn is not one of the first 2 children. He was the president. What was she? She's probably a housewife. If they don't give them a career, I think they didn't have careers. And this was the 50s, so maybe that was common. Okay. I need a picture of her. Let's go back through the evidence. She's probably in one of these. I feel like she's the redhead. Oh. Thank God. Alrighty. This is great. So Samantha could be put on the tree. So she's not the secret under the envelope. That's what was getting me stuck, because I'm thinking Samantha's the one under the envelope. No, there's somebody else under the envelope. It's not Samantha. It's like, okay. Now he married Clara Lansing, and she married... Oh. That's a great question. Who did she marry? Not sure there. Now, if he had Mordens, then his Mordens on Zach's brand would be Gwendolyn and Caroline, because they were sisters. So if Gwendolyn... Where's Gwendolyn? Morden, because she has the dad's last name, and Caroline Morden, because they both would have their dad's last name. We know Caroline's an artist, and we know she has Stephanie. Oh. Stephanie Jones, who was originally Stephanie Landon. So she's a politician. We're going to snatch her photo. And she's married to Brian Jones, who owns the print company. Do we have a picture of Brian? We do. Okay, so Carolyn's in the wrong spot here. She would be here. Who did Carolyn marry? A Landon. She had to, because the last name is Landon. So she married Mark Landon, but then they split up. No. Am I wrong? I don't know. I'm confused. So Carolyn married somebody, then split up, then she became guardian of somebody else. So we're missing something here. No, she had to have married Mark, because that's how she got the last name Landon. Who is Eloise? I assumed Eloise was a daughter, because in one of the pieces of evidence... Now I don't even know where the evidence is. All this clicking. Where is she? With her statue. She dedicated her book to... We're going to copy this, and we're going to go back to here. She dedicated a book that she made. So Carolyn Morden. She dedicated her book to Eloise and Stephanie, which at the time I assumed that Stephanie was her that both were her child. But now I'm thinking that Eloise isn't her child. And I'm not sure why I think that. Because she didn't specifically say that that was her child. And we can't find Eloise or a last name anywhere. So it's like Eloise doesn't exist. I'm going to leave her here for now. But I don't know. So Gwendolyn Morden must be... See, that's where it's not clear. But Gwendolyn Morden, based on notes that we took earlier, she has the 3 kids in the picture. Because Gwendolyn married... Who did she marry? Because now I'm like super... I feel like I'm on a roll now because it's starting to fill in. So Gwendolyn married Dr. Wilson, who's the pediatrician to the stars. And then they had the 3 kids. And we have the pictures of the 3 kids. So, where are the 3 kids? So, those are the 3 kids, with Jason being the youngest. So, we're going to slap Jason in here. He's just a kid. So, that's an easy one. Ah, yes. Child, I love it. Okay. Cool. We locked in Stephen, Landon, Eloise. So she is the spouse. Brian Jones. Lansing. Okay. Alright. Now the other 2 kids would also be Wilson. So they're all in school. We have... Their last names have to be Wilson. So Jim and Zach Wilson. So that fills in this. I'm missing a picture of Gwendolyn. But we have locked somebody in. So that's great. So we're pretty much filled in on this part of the tree. Now on this side, I don't know who Angelica married. But we have to have a Hudson somewhere. because we end up with Guy Hudson being the third president. So Hudson has to be in this line of people along with Carolyn and Carl. You know, he has to be in here somewhere. Now, there's only so many women left. These three are boys. That's a boy. That's a girl. So she could have married a Hudson. Somebody in this line has to have married a Hudson. I don't think it's Samantha that married a Hudson, to be honest with you. Probably is her. So she marries... Well, we know Guy Hudson is her child, because the last name would be Hudson, like the dad's. And then we know Gwendolyn had a cousin named Bonnie, so it's probably Christopher Hudson is who she married, and then she had Bonnie and the other one, right? So we have Bonnie Hudson and Guy Hudson. Now we know Guy had no children because he died in a car accident. He was the third president. So that would make sense that his line cuts off right there. Who did Guy marry? He married Patricia. Do we have another Patricia Jones? Maybe? And the line cuts off because they died in the accident. Okay. I don't have a picture of Guy, but we're not going to worry about it. At least we know who he is. He should be in one of these pictures. Maybe he's this one? Red hair like the mom? Because the mom has red hair. So let's say this is Guy. And let's say this is Bonnie Hudson. She was probably a stay-at-home mom because nobody seemed to have careers back then. Right? Damn, all the women are just housewives. Like, they don't have nothing on their, like, career thing. Okay, so we got the littles. Okay, and we're getting the spouses. We're missing Gwendolyn still, unfortunately. I don't even know how to figure out who she is. Bonnie Hudson would have married... I don't know. I'm not sure who she would have married. And then had some other kids. Okay. Gwendolyn, I need a picture of... Then we pretty much finished this branch. Thank God. Because I'm like, okay. Now, Bonnie's kids, the red hair, makes me think of the swimmer who we're saying is David Kellogg the fourth. And he's just a college student, right? Okay. So, red hair is recessive. This is kind of red. Her name should also be Kellogg, I guess. So Bethany Kellogg. And she's a high school student? Maybe? So if those two are Kellogg, then obviously she married him. Because that red hair has to be from this line. Because they don't have red hair. They have dark hair. She has dark brown, and then they have black hair. So clearly they're not a part of this. I don't know why I didn't confirm him. Is he a college student? Is that why he didn't confirm for me? I need a picture of Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn, do you exist? Because I don't know where you are. Okay, so if the two redheads are Hudson. I mean, we're just going to have to start putting pictures in the spot and then see who it syncs up with. Because at this point, it's taking too long. All right, Gwendolyn. Okay, Gwendolyn? Gwendolyn? Well, you're not the child. So, I know you're not doing that. And then the occupation would be housewife. So, where is that? I'm not sure who she is. Damn. Okay. Can't worry about it. I could put Steve in here. Was that Steve? I'm trying to remember who that is. No, that's not Steve. That's Clark. Who's Steve? Why don't I have a picture of Steve? Who's this? Oh, that's Steve. Okay, let's move him. I had the whole wrong person here. Sorry, Steve. Clark. That's Clark's picture. Oh. I don't know why it won't confirm Clark for me. Is he not a musician? I thought he was. Unless I'm wrong. Okay. I think that was more successful, finishing that, like, half of that side. Or most of that side. So I'm missing something about Clark, though. It won't confirm him for me. And I feel like it should. When he stopped being a musician, he started doing Super Bowl commercials. Okay. They want the most recent occupation that he had. Because he was a musician at one point. But once he started doing the Super Bowl ads, I guess he was no longer a musician. That makes sense, actually. Oh, now we filled like most of the tree out, bro.
On the phone, I said I owed you an explanation. But I can't reveal everything. Not yet.
Well, then why are you here?
I'm sure this all seems like deception for deception's sake. So I'll try to explain.
Right, because who are you?
It's true, I'm working with lawyers. But not the candy company lawyers. My publisher's lawyers.
Don't tell me this is Lauren writing another book.
I'm on the verge of releasing a book, and it's not kind to the Roottrees. Especially Elias and the 5 Pieces. The truth often isn't. But with the plane crash, the publisher is rightfully worried it'll look like I'm making things up to exploit a tragedy. So they're doing their due diligence. That's why you're here. To be sure there's enough evidence for an expert to unearth the whole story.
I guess. That feels a little unfair to be using me to sell your book.
If I tell you the whole story now, we can't prove that. I hope you understand. That said, I can say that the work you're doing is very personal.
Of course, it's your book.
To my story, one spot on the tree is more important than the rest. You've likely noticed it. It's locked for now. I'll return one final time, after you fill it in. Also, there are fewer Roottrees left. In a sense, that makes it easier. Use process of elimination.
I guess.
It's also harder to verify when you're right. You'll need 4 blood relatives before they lock from here on out.
Alright.
I don't have any more evidence for you, but trust your intuition. If something has a high number, it's not a mistake. You're getting closer and closer to the truth. I look forward to seeing you
I feel like I'm still missing something. She gave me something. Oh no, it's just updating. Okay, alright. Back over here, we're missing something with Samantha and that whole tree. Since the top secret thing is not Samantha, which is what I originally thought it was, I'm missing something. I'm also still missing these 3 siblings and then the rest of history. But the rest of it makes sense and it's pretty much filled in. I need them to lock these for me when they can. So I'm going to go back to this newer diary. Oh no, it's the original diary. I'm going to go back to the newer diary because I'm missing something. So something about scandal. I didn't know our true... No, not this one. Didn't know her true family history. Sam was a Roottree. She was a fine woman. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her. So she married Ernie. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her. So I'm assuming that's Ernest. So then the firstborn would be Ernest Jr. Right? They're lucky to have her. Ernest Jr. What was the rest of that? Ernest Jr. has been learning day to day from Zach. They're interested. Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mom and her adoptive grandfather. So is she Gwyneth? So is Gwyneth on this page? These people with the names are so similar, I swear. That would make sense, though. She's a Manson. So Manson, right? So she's a farmer like her mom, because they said that she has her mom's green thumb. So Ernie's the husband. Ernest Jr. is the son. Gwyneth is the daughter, and she's a farmer. Okay, we had some evidence about Ernie before. So we have Debbie and Nicole. So we're going to assume that Debbie is the wife, Deborah Bean, and we're going to assume that Nicole is the child, Madsen, who would take her dad's name. So she's a kid, so she's only in school, because what else can she do at that age? And then he was president? Was he one of the presidents and then he stepped down? Or he passed away, and that's when Carl became president. So if Carl's the 5th president, and Ernest was president before him, he has to be the 4th. I need a picture. I'm missing a picture of these two. And I don't know who her spouse is. Right? I think I'm missing something, because it should have locked for me. I think I need to switch them, because Deborah, we have a picture for Deborah. But we don't have a picture for this person's spouse, so I think maybe Ernest Jr. was second. Until he was president. Do we have a picture of him, though? Okay, so we're going to mark that as unknown. But I think this is Gwyneth. So Gwyneth was born first. And she's probably just a housewife, because nobody seems to have a job. For whatever reason. Oh, so Nicole would be on this side. Sorry, Nicole. Nicole Madsen. She's just a kid. Okay. Missing a picture of that, but that's fine. So I don't know who I'm missing here. So he married Deborah. I need his picture. I need his picture. Okay. Let's go back to the... Are they free spirits? Yeah. Sam's daughter would be a free spirit, because that's the 3rd generation down. It's just a shot in the dark on who she'd be, though. For Gwyneth? I mean, there's only so many free spirits that we haven't placed somewhere. So it's either 1 or 2. Let's go 1. And then Ernest Jr., I have no idea. Is there a picture of him? He would have to also be in that picture, right? Because he would also be a free spirit. Maybe he's this one? This one? No, he's probably got glasses too. If she's got glasses, he's got glasses. Right? That would make sense. I don't know. It probably doesn't make sense. Gwyneth's spouse. I have no idea. Man. I don't know. I hope I'm on the right track here. Who did Gwyneth marry? Because who's not filled out? I guess it's process of elimination. She had to marry a man because she has a kid. So none of these 4. She didn't marry a Roottree. She didn't marry April or Monroe. All she could have married is Sam. No, maybe Stephanie. So Sam's the husband. Do we have a picture of a young girl that's not here? She's got glasses on, but maybe that's not her. Unless I'm wrong, but I feel like I'm not. Because the glasses make sense. Mom's got the glasses, she's got the glasses, Dad's got the glasses. Elias Jr. I thought had glasses. I mean, we got the glasses going. Unless I'm missing something. But it won't lock for me, which is weird. I don't know. I think it takes 4 now to lock, not 3. Maybe that was the issue. Okay. I'm not going to get stuck over here. We've done as much as I think I can do over here. Okay. Now we didn't finish the rest of this line and then this line. So we know Miracle Jr. had to have married someone because he has another one. So where do we get his picture from? Oh, his wife, Nicole. Right? So Miracle Jr.'s 3rd wife is Nicole. So there's only one Nicole that's not placed. So fine, we will take that. Miracle's youngest kid is Eli, but there was a million Elis. I think that was the problem. I don't know. Let's go back. There was something about in the first diary about Sam. The Next Gen's Miracle's boys, EC and John. That's where we got stuck. Eli was the youngest brother. He was riding along mini bike. Sam taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. I don't know if that helps us. I think Eli M. And we had one that was dressed like a mechanic. Oh, thank God. Man, they want you to know everything. Okay, so I was right about the glasses. So what didn't lock? Because something didn't lock that I think should have. Oh, we finally got him to lock. She didn't lock, so that's not the right picture then. Or she has the wrong career. What was Gwyneth's career? Does she have a job? Oh, she may have been a farmer like her mom. Because why didn't that lock? Maybe she did have a job because it didn't lock with the career she had on there. So she wasn't just a housewife. I don't know why they won't lock. I don't understand why they won't lock. Because it's like, man, they've been placed in their spot and it won't lock for me. They have to be college students, though. Bethany can't be a college student because she looks like she's still in high school. I just don't know why it won't lock for me. Maybe the order is wrong. Maybe the boy was born first and the girl was born second, and that's why it won't lock for me. Because I'm like, I know these are the people that I'm saying it is. So I don't know why it's not going into lock mode for me, but it should be. She's a high school student. Okay, that should fix those that didn't lock. If her career is a farmer, that should fix that because it didn't lock. He's finally locked. Okay, so who did he marry? My God, they don't make this easy at all. They want you to really think. Like, really think. So if his wife is Nicole, who is his mom? And there's so many pictures. I'm not even going to play myself. I'm missing something. If he's a mechanic, there was a piece of evidence that there was a mechanic shop in the family. Where is that? Roottree Motors used to be Wilkins Motors. So if he's the only mechanic we've had, then his spouse has to be Wilkins, right? And so their kid is Tessa Motors because she ended up taking over the family business. Oh, Roottree, because she would have her dad's name, and she's also a mechanic. Is there a picture of her anywhere? Probably not, which sucks because that's an old ad. Do we have a newer ad? I could have swore we had a newer ad of the Motors. Did we not? Man, maybe we don't. How can I get a new ad? Or a new piece of evidence? It's a photo, right? None of these are of cars, though. It wasn't music. I'm missing something. Because I thought we did have something for Roottrees Motors. It was a business, right? 3 different versions of the ad. I could have swore we had an ad. Oh, we do have an ad. I need her picture. There we go. Okay. Now that we know her dad was a mechanic, then that's the only mechanic in the family. There was no other conclusion to come to. Yes, so she was a farmer. And I had the ages mixed up. The boy was older than the girl. That's why I didn't lock. Oh, my God. They did not play out here. Who did he marry? Because that's what I'm missing. There's not a lot of people left that aren't on the tree. So he could have married Edith. He could have married Joan. He could have married April. He obviously didn't marry Jack. He didn't marry any Roottrees. So he either married one of these first 3 or Penelope, because that's the only person that would make sense. This is the only tree that is missing something. So let's go forward, because this is another short tree. So we know Margolite had Gwen, who's the actor who married Wild Bill Williams, whose real name is Walter Force. She likes alliteration. So we know she had 2 kids. And they went to Paris. I feel like these are right. But maybe the careers are wrong. I feel like I'm missing something. Ron Roottree sounds so familiar. why it's like, am I missing something? With Ron Roottree. He was the director of Brother Trouble. So I think Ronald needs to be on this side. And Robert needs to be on this side. But he was a producer, a director. He married Penelope because she also starred in the show. Is that her? I don't remember, actually. I'm missing something though. So they got married and had one kid, which is Jack Roottrie, which is he's literally a kid. I don't know what else he could have done. He doesn't have a career per se. But it's like they had a second one. So I'm missing something here. He was the director. He directed Brother Trouble, which she starred in. They have the baby, but there's something about that doesn't make sense. She was a comedian. The show got canceled. There was something about the show getting canceled after like one season. RR Productions. Is that relevant? A defunct company responsible for Brother Trouble. You find a comment on Usenet board saying that Brother Trouble ended up being an ironic name considering the rumors about RR Productions, Ron and Robbie Roottree. Let's look up RR Productions. Isn't Starlet? Robbie Roottree, maybe that's important. Not much relevant information about Robbie Roottree. It says, why is Brother Trouble canceled? I think the writing really went downhill in the second season. They actually had an episode where Roxy was sniffing markers. Another person said maybe it was due to the rumor about Robbie Roottree in Silver Screen magazine. Okay, let's see. Silver Screen magazine. Okay, I'll spell it the way you want it spelled. They're so peculiar about the typing. It's like it doesn't have any flexibility. Okay, Silver Screen Magazine was a Hollywood insider magazine filled less on actors and actresses and more on the nitty-gritty of writing, directing, costuming, set design, film production, other elements of filmmaking. It ran from 83 to 93. It got bought out by a bigger magazine a few years ago. But it gave me a periodical for that. Let's see. So RR Productions, a small rumor article from 1992 claims that the television screenwriter Robbie Roottree was allegedly tried and convicted under the name Robert in a French court of law. It seems he embezzled from the company RR Productions to fuel a gambling habit that left him hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Then he fled to Paris where he grew up, and then Silver Screen continues, this is alleged, assaulting an officer that came to question him. The article said they were unable to get any information from the French authorities, but received information from an anonymous source and were able to confirm through public records that there was a trial involving Robert Roottree. Around that time, the Brother Trouble was canceled. Okay, so he's a screenwriter because they worked together on Brother Trouble. Under R&R Productions for Ronald and Robert Roottree. That makes sense. Kind of. So he marries her from the set of the show because he was the director, and then they have Jack. But there's another kid. Let me go back to that. So it says Joke O'Lantern, 1997. Let's type in joke. Okay, nope. Never mind. I don't know. they have to be the youngest because they're the baby. So I'm gonna move them over. So they have an older kid because the baby can't be the youngest or the oldest because they don't have twins. So it's Jack and it's a baby. So who's our older child then? I'm missing something. They have an older kid and I just can't figure out how or where the older child is. Maybe this one? Oh no, that's Jack too. Or am I missing something? Maybe... Now I'm not sure. Because Jack looks older. Like sitting up in a chair almost. So it's like Jack can't be... Well, he's not a baby. I guess he's in school. He looks like he's 5. So the baby has to also be a Roottree. So it's either November or Christina. Because the dad's last name is Roottree. So let's do Christina and see what happens. Because November seems to be not a part of this line. So they had 2 kids. They had a baby and then they had Jack. That makes more sense. I wish it would lock it in for me though. Still don't know who his wife is. You know, he only has the first 3 now. Because now we know Penelope's not one of them. I'm going to just do Edith Jacobson because she's the first one on the list. It'll either lock it or it won't. So these are the only people who are missing then, are the ones in the middle. Well, if I'm right, we got Clancy Jr., Elias, and Edward. Because there's the only other Roottree men's names that are left. Because they have to be Roottree. Their dad's last name is Roottree. Which would make November the last Roottree who hasn't been filled in. Right? Because her last name would be Roottree if her dad's last name was Roottree. Unless I'm just losing my mind here. So it's a little confusing. I'm sure his first son would be Clancy, actually. Because he had a daughter first. Because the sibling pictures go in order. From oldest to youngest. And they did that with this one. So he had a daughter first. His firstborn son would be a junior. And he's a professor. I just need a picture of this man to fill that in. So then his next son might be Edward. And then the last one be Elias C. Maybe. Now we know from her diary that all of them were like grouped together. So maybe he's the one that looks most like his dad. Kind of. Or he's one of these other ones. I don't know. No. Maybe he's the oldest? I don't know. Okay, so then the third kid. Well, we know Elias C. raised Jim. Well, James, I guess is his real name. But we know Elias C. raised James and Clark as like siblings, which would make sense. He's the uncle to one and then the dad to the other. Maybe. Okay. We're just going to pick random folks here. Because I know they married someone. he a lawyer? Because they said they had lawyers, preachers, and architects in this generation. So is he also a lawyer? Is Elias a lawyer? Or is he also a professor? I don't know. He looks really young. Okay. So it's just a lot of guesswork at this point. Because there's nothing else to search at this point. Who didn't get locked in? I gotta go back and see. They didn't get locked in. I wonder why. Definitely gotta figure that out though. Something off about them. I'm missing a picture for him, but I think he has to be this one. But he's not a musician. Maybe he's a lawyer? I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it. So his youngest was Edward. He was a lawyer. The wife got locked in, so that was correct. It has to be November Roottree. I mean, I can't imagine. Now, when we looked her up before, it said she was a dancer. She had a choreography studio. But the problem is I can't figure out what her picture is. She has a studio. We know what her career is, but it's like, what's your job? Where's your picture? Who are you? What you doing? So I'm missing his occupation. So we have an author, we have a professor, we have something, and then a lawyer. And I need her picture. And that will lock them in. They must be in the picture. So the latest generation, maybe she's the dancer with the beret on her head. Because I only have 2 people that don't have an image somewhere. So either November is this one or she's this one. Because she can only be one of the 2. And I can't seem to figure that out. Right? And then I don't know his career. So that's kind of leaving us for... Was he a musician? He had to have been a musician because he taught the dad? Maybe? Right, because he taught the boys to get into music. So I feel like he had to be a musician. That can't be the right picture then. And then for some reason they won't lock in. Unless I have the pictures backwards, maybe. Maybe that's the issue. Because why is it not locking in? I don't know. So the third child, he had to have been a musician. Right? Jim's father worked in advertising. Maybe he's in advertising. And that's what got him into advertising. Because he was looking at his dad's images. I don't know. November, I don't know what her picture is. Unless I just don't have one. Because I couldn't find the choreography studio when I searched it. Is she in the picture though? Because these are the free spirits. And I took a picture of everybody. Right? And those are the only 2 girls' pictures that haven't been used. So unless I'm totally missing something, I'm not sure. He has extra pictures too. We're gonna have to just start guessing because I don't think it'll let me move forward until I fill in the entire map, so. I don't know. It's strange because something is not locking and I'm not sure why. Everything on this side is locked. I'm missing her alternate picture. Maybe that was her alternate picture? Because she has the same kind of curly hair. So then this has to be November. Okay. Woo! Child, I was like, I don't know. They're keeping it spicy over here. Okay. So I had their pictures transposed. That's why I wasn't locking. Okay. So this should be the last thing. Because if not, I don't know.
To my genealogy genie. If you're reading this, it means you've locked in 49 blood relatives. Congratulations. I knew you could do it. There are 2 more entries on the family tree I'd like you to consider. These last 2 are optional. You can summon me whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth. So make sure you're ready.
Okay. Oh. So she was guardian to someone and their spouse? Who is she guardian over? Oh. We heard of EC in a diary entry. Right. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside EC and John when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm. And all 3 are on the books. So Sam definitely knew them. There was another diary entry about Sam in the new diary. Where is the new diary? Where's the one about Sam? There we go. Pop warned us away from that farm. I never met EC in person, but Pop warned referring to him as a confirmed bachelor, and I suspect that's why they kept us from there. Now, being gay back then wouldn't have been allowed. So the fact that EC and John worked on the farm together and never got married or had any kids, and Sam knew about them maybe, but they weren't involved with the rest of the family, and none of the kids were allowed to be around them. Because they said confirmed bachelor. And Sam had to grow up with EC and his roommate, Mr. Miller. So John Miller was his spouse back when it was like not fashionable to be gay. But EC, I'm not sure. There was only one reference to names before. If you're reading my diary and you're confused, you're not alone. Even the government had problems. I remember once receiving certified mail for an Edward Clancy at Roottree. I had to break the news that they got my father's name backwards. But that's the only thing that makes sense. Right? I don't know. I'm gonna say I'm ready, but I could be totally wrong. Here's the final optional entries you found.
So, you thought EC was Edward Clancy Roottree?
Right,
And his
because who
partner
else would
was
it
John
be?
Miller? That's exactly what I needed to hear.
Oh, okay.
I'm Sam Madsen, though you know me as Samantha Roottree.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I got old. The only picture you have of me is from 40 years ago.
Right, because she does look kind of the same, though.
My book tells the truth about Elias, the 5 pieces, and my parents.
I mean, I guess there's no need to reveal the scandal at this point, though. It's like, okay, you had a gay brother.
Not my biological parents, Elias Jr. and Patsy. My father's. Edward Clancy Roottree
Oh,
and John
okay,
Miller.
so Sam was the one that was a secret love child between Patricia Christensen and Elias Jr. that they forced to go live with, which it makes sense. Elias would send his kid off to the farm to be with the gay brother and his lover.
By now, you've either read Lauren's diaries, or you're just an incredible guesser.
No, girl, I am not that good of a guesser.
Lauren was right. I hated the 5 pieces. She just didn't know my full reasoning.
Well, how could she? You guys didn't talk about it.
My father, Edward Clancy, was a great man. But his identical twin, Clancy, and his father, Elias, were
How
not.
confusing to have identical twins, Clancy Edward and Edward Clancy. That's like a hot mess.
At age 16, my father was caught kissing a farmhand.
Oh, a confirmed bachelor. So he was never going to get married because he didn't want women?
Back then, they wouldn't even acknowledge gay people existed. Having one in the family was unthinkable.
Oh, I'm sure. This was like the 50s or 60s. I mean, they were still killing people for being LGBT.
The same year, I was born. A bastard granddaughter. 2 stains on Elias's perfect family. He decided to fix both. They tried to erase Edward Clancy. They even removed his 5 pieces flavor. His name was deemed a dirty word. He became EC.
Oh, I never saw that. I never found the 1924 advertisement. Oh, wow. And they were told not to go to that farm.
But Elias couldn't erase us from existence. Laura never realized I was the little girl from her diary.
So when she met a new girl she didn't like, she said, "Your pop is my dad."
Who could blame me for being so confused that day? Her father was an exact copy of mine, except without the
Oh,
beard.
how sad.
And while the 5 pieces celebrated a new factory, farmhands did the real work. It's a fluke there's a picture of my father at all. But there he is in the background. The 6th 5-piece.
Oh, goodness.
Patsy returned, and things got complicated for Elias. She fought for my freedom, from a life she deemed unworthy.
Right. Forced to work labor.
Elias relented, so long as I never learned the truth or receive inheritance. They knew I'd help my father.
Dang, they were spiteful. They want to make sure that man didn't get no money.
At Elias's will reading, I learned part of the truth. The rest I learned at home. I began to hate the 5 pieces.
So her parents, so then she learned that her parents were Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. So that sucks. You're raised by the gays, hidden on a farm, not allowed to know the rest of the family, and then you find out your parents are alive and well.
My father made me stay silent. He was worried history would repeat, and that his grandchildren would become outcasts.
Oh, Lord.
His fears weren't unfounded. As you know, my son Ernie died a few years ago. He had trained to take over as president.
Right.
But due to family politics, or perhaps hubris, it went to Guy. A real Roottree. He nearly ruined the company.
Okay. So he was passed up for no reason. It was because he was from her branch.
When Ernie took over, he saved the operation. Over 13 years, he made the family billions.
Oh, he made a new product. the ever-popular Maple Crisps, and spearheaded the Root clothing company.
Ernie earned about $36.
Well, that's not his fault, though. Ernie's money is tied to this 5-piece guarantee and the Clancy Trust. He had no choice.
They got by on Debbie's salary, but when he fell ill, he couldn't pay his medical bills. His death was my tipping point.
Oh.
Originally, my book was meant to expose Elias's hypocrisy. Until I started to look into the other dirty laundry.
Right, Robbie stealing from his brother for his gambling habit.
Ron tried to have Robbie removed from the trust, but couldn't. Robbie was a blood relative, even out of wedlock.
Oh.
That sounded familiar. The Clancy Trust that Elias established was designed to secure his family's future. His entire family's future. He couldn't write exceptions in without the whole thing falling apart. My book can definitively prove that Elias was not the paragon of virtue he's heralded as.
True.
And that my daughter and granddaughters are just as much family, at least in the eyes of the trust, as Elias.
It is kind of messed up she didn't get paid. They let her inherit the farm, but nothing else, and then these three don't get nothing, unless she leaves them the farm.
The Clancy Trust will secure their future. They can decide what to do with their shares. But I'm old, and I'm not in it for the money.
Well, she's gonna get money from the book anyways.
The truth has been eating away at me for years, but now I can set the record straight. Thanks
I feel like she could have done this herself.
As someone who enjoys searching for the truth,
She's like, she kind of used me.
Whitewashing the past to protect the status quo can lead to repercussions in the present and future.
True.
So thank you. You knocked it out of the park. With your expert work, the truth will come to light. And when it does, my share of the Clancy Trust is yours. Like I said at the beginning, set for life.
I don't know if she's gonna get her share though.
Looking at the family tree on your wall, now with my father's, everything finally feels
And I'm over here
complete.
thinking she was the top secret.
Unless a whole lot more Roottrees somehow appear from thin air. This is the last time I'll come knocking. Thanks again, and so long.
Okay. Go, Laura. Lauren, whatever your name is.
We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the sea.
Okay, thanks to your hard work, Steve Madison's book was published. It received mixed reviews. And life went on, and a new president took over the company. The Roottree family faded from the news cycle. And then everything changed. Another mystery to solve, Roottrea Mania, is now unlocked as a new game. Okay. I'm assuming this is a continuation. Oh, okay. So Roottrea Mania is now a new option. Find out what happens to the infamous family and the whole new mystery. I don't know if I want to start that right this second. I'm coming up on 3 hours of recording this video, and it was very challenging, I want to say, like midway through. So I think I'm going to take a break and end this video here. But let me know in the comments, what do you think of the original mystery? I never would have guessed that they had a secret love child and a secret gay relationship that they both kept hidden and cut out of the trust. That's terrible. I know that was like a part of the times, but that's still awful. That has to make that branch just so resentful. Because the dad left everything to his descendants, but then cut like a whole line off. So it's like, well, you didn't really leave it to your descendants. And the fact that they're called the 5 pieces and there's a 6th person, that's crazy. But also makes a lot of sense. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for watching. Check out the next video.